Yo ho! What's up, everybody? It's the Outlaw John Rocha. Welcome to the Outlaw Nation. First of all, thanks so much for clicking on this link and watching this video. Second of all, I think you're going to enjoy the hell out of this thing. As some of you know who follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, that's at the Rocha Says, by the way, if you haven't done that yet, you know that I got invited to do some monster trucking down in Anaheim, thanks to Sony Home Entertainment, in honor of the release, the home release of Zombieland Double Tap. You know, that sequel from the original Zombieland 10 years ago that saw Ruben Fleischer coming back to direct this thing. Jesse Eisenberg came back, Woody Harrelson came back, Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin as well. And they were joined by some new cast members, including Rosario Dawson, Luke Wilson, and the very funny Zoe Deutsch. So if you haven't seen this thing, definitely go pick it up. Definitely watch it. But this Virginia boy got to go do some monster truck. We got inside the monster truck. We got whipped around a monster truck as it went around the track. And that's thanks to the fine folks over there at Monster Jam. We got to meet some of those monster truck drivers as well. Some of the best people you're ever going to meet, really down to earth guys. And it was a lot of fun getting a chance to hang out with them. And if that wasn't enough, as if that experience wasn't enough, we also got to interview Rhett, Reese, and Paul Wernick, the two writers for Zombieland Double Tap. Obviously, they wrote the original and they wrote Deadpool. So I got to ask them about what brings them back to write these action comedies, who comes up with the names for these characters, and what they think the future of that main relationship between Emma Stone and Jesse Eisenberg is going to be if this thing continues. So a lot of fun sitting down with those guys. But first, let's put down the cowboy hat. Let's put on our monster truck hat. And let's have ourselves a little bit of fun right now. everyone. This is John Rocha for the Outlaw Nation. I'm here with Rhett, Reese, and Paul Wernick to talk about Zombieland Double Tap coming out on home entertainment. Exciting. I just got out of a monster truck, so I'm yelling like this, and I apologize.
Explain for everybody how that felt. It was awesome.
It was incredible to be whipped around that monster truck, and I really wanted to be on set with you guys shooting this thing, because it's fantastic to be on it. But I want to ask you guys, what is it about these action comedies that challenges you both the most and keeps you coming back to write them? What excites you, and then what challenges you when you take one of these on?
Well, I think trying to be funny is like the most challenging thing in the world. It's a terrible job, like, because it's just
terrifying.
It's terrifying. I mean, it's like because so. Look, the action in a way is a nice backstop, because we know if we blow stuff up enough that people are going to be interested even if they're not laughing.
Right, they're jingling. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. It's like we're covering our bases. So, but no, action comedy is kind of our wheelhouse. Deadpool, Zombieland. You know, it's what we love to do more than anything else. We actually probably feel most comfortable doing it now.
And the secret sauce in our action comedies is really the heart. You know, it's like that's the thing we kind of try and sneak in there. And that's the thing I think that matters most. You get people laughing, you get people kind of on the edge of their seat. But if you get people to feel, that's the most important thing. And so we always like to kind of infuse that into our stuff so that you get the whole breadth of emotion when you sit down and watch our movie.
Yeah, I can't help but agree. I mean, that family angle in this one was really great to explore, and seeing that, because naturally you would want to create a family and connect with other human beings and create that kind of unit if you can. Exactly. Certainly in Deadpool, that's the best love story I've ever seen in any superhero film, period. The most honest and realistic and accepting love story. So you guys are so great at doing that. Who picks out the names for the characters, the city names for the characters? Who does that?
Well, I mean, I think originally we did it all based on geography. Originally, interestingly, Tallahassee was called Albuquerque and Columbus was called Flagstaff in the very first Zombieland. And then, because the whole thing was set in the Arizona desert, and then we weren't able to shoot in Arizona because they had no tax credit. So we had to move everything east, to change the names, and then in Zombieland Double Tap we thought, well, we're going to do that doppelganger sequence, so maybe we'll call them Albuquerque and Flagstaff. We'll be faithful to those old names.
But the names do have connections to our lives. You know, Flagstaff's in Arizona where we grew up, Columbus where you were born.
Yeah.
There are just little kind of Easter egg nuggets of stuff in there.
But the whole idea was that people didn't want to become close to other people because they knew they might die tomorrow. So we're just going to use our and then of course over time you let down your barriers, you start to let someone in, and then maybe you do tell them your name. And it was sort of metaphorical for us too.
Yeah, it's kind of like the military. You come up with nicknames until you get close, then you can't have the connections to get to know people's stories. Columbus clearly has a thing for blondes. So do we believe in this Columbus-Madison union is going to survive as long as it should? Because in the first movie it's Amber Heard, in this movie it's Zoe Deutch as Madison. Do we believe in this?
And you know that Columbus is based on Rhett Reese.
And Rhett Reese
is married to a blonde. So
Madison. Yeah, how did Emma Stone work her way into his heart is what I want to know. Because, you know, in real life she actually was a blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that was why.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. One last question for you. And my outlet is Outlaw Nation, a big fan of Westerns. Tallahassee wearing that cowboy hat. Want to ask you guys, were you influenced to create him out of Western that you both loved, like a Western character or anything like that?
Unforgiven for me.
I was going to say the same. Unforgiven. Lonesome Dove for me. I mean, you'll find if you're a really big fan of Lonesome Dove, the old miniseries, and you watch Zombieland, you will see some things like it. It's like that. I am slavishly adoring of that.
Interesting. Yeah. So a new way to watch the movies, maybe to watch that whole series again. And then watch the
Tallahassee has some Augustus McCrae in him, the old Robert Duvall character from Lonesome Dove. Right. He really does.
That's one of the best series ever made. All right, well, there you go. All right, that's Rhett, Reese, Paul Wernick for Zombieland Double Tap. Thank you both so much.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Zombieland Double Tap is now available on digital, 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD. Thanks to all the Outlaw Nation fans for watching this interview. Click on that link to subscribe or watch more content from the Outlaw Nation.